Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Connecting Flights, live conversations with visionaries, trailblazers, and live conversations. I'm Samir Moussa alongside Victoria Renee, co-host, and we're thrilled to take you on this journey with us.
Hey,
Yeah, we got a lot going on this week, Victoria.
we do this
Yes,
week and today.
and
Honest,
today,
in today, today the 28th.
sure, yes, it is.
It was a trick question. I knew the answer.
Okay,
It
okay.
is the 28th, and guess what? Square Biz
Oh,
is
that's right.
global release today.
Okay, so that's exactly what I wanted to talk about first. So let's dive in. You
Let
released a single in the UK,
I did.
and it's like up in the charts already, and it just happened. And I guess the song released today. So take us on that journey. What happened for you in the last 10 days?
Yeah, so Funk Therapy is a group that consists of some of the greatest musicians of our lifetime. Like
Yeah,
Michael Jackson's guitar player, we have Shaka Khan's bass. There's tons of just awesome humans, and they have a big following in the UK, and so they were putting out music, and they wanted to. They were like, "Hey, do you think she could do Square Biz from Tina Marie?" And I didn't know who Tina Marie was at that time, and I was like, listen to it. I'm like, well, that's a bop. That's kind of funky. And so I just got into it, and like we cut it, and they nailed it on the track. These guys are just
oh,
excellent
I heard the
musicians
track. They're the funkiest funk,
of
and
all the funk.
yeah, of all the funks, it's great.
Yeah,
Yeah, super.
yeah. And so I just I sang it, and we just had some fun with it, and produced by Michael B. Sutton, and released in the UK. He sent it to his people at radio, and then it's never guaranteed. Nobody has to play your record just because you put it out.
Right.
Uh, I was just really excited that the people from radio are excited about this song and that it's being well received. And within 24 hours, it started charting right away. So I'm super grateful for that. I'm happy that, people like it. I'm in no way trying to be compared to Tina Marie. She's a
Oh
goat.
yeah.
She's
And
amazing.
what do they say? Something is the greatest flattery. What is it? But
Imitation.
yeah. But I mean, not only that, it's a cover. Like you're just putting on,
Yeah.
some super supreme pants. By the way, I mean that song is one of the most epic performances I've seen, and you pulled it off as well. Sammy says she loves it. Sammy
Thanks.
says she loves it. Jenny says, "Hey, congratulations to Victoria."
Thanks,
Um,
Jenny.
yeah, what a track, and I know we're going to be talking a little bit more about Michael. I think because it wraps into another development that I'm personally stoked about as well. Um,
Get in there.
yeah, we're getting there. But okay, cool. So then let's continue with this. So Funk Therapy released in the UK, hitting the charts already, and what's
Yeah.
happening today with that song?
Today is the day that it's available for everybody. Today's the global release. So we pre-released it in the UK first.
Right.
And
Okay.
uh yeah, today is everybody can get it on Spotify, on Pandora, on Instagram and
It-
TikTok and all of the platforms. It's
It's
so
super
I'm
funk. It's super funk. It's like
Yeah.
and yeah, and it's like I can see the disco party, the roller blades, all of it, like the roller skates. It's the whole vibe.
It's so fun, right?
Yeah,
I put roller skates on for a photo shoot for this for the
yeah,
first time, maybe since I was like 7. I don't know. Well, that's not true.
yeah.
I like rollerblading, but it's just so fun. It's such a vibe, and it's just like I love the roller skating, that whole 80s aesthetic with like
No,
the big stereo speakers and the
yeah.
physical and the
Which is alive and well in Venice Beach. I mean, you just got to roll up there with your boombox now and say, "Yo, today, you need to go up today and just press play and just like rock the funkadelic on that."
such a good idea. What are we
Yeah,
doing? Oh my
yeah,
god.
yeah, and be like
That's
release day,
so
and then
fun.
just like yeah, super fun. And I
Yeah,
like that this song kind of like draws a bridge back to and because it's super funk. It's got the original hitters on it, and it's produced by Michael Sutton is the last name,
yeah,
right? Who is also like kind of a
a
legend
legend.
yeah, from where he's
Yes.
from his, and he's old school legend too. You know,
Yeah.
so
We
I'm
should get
so
Michael on
happy.
the show.
What's that?
We should get
Yeah.
Michael on the show
Okay,
sometime.
well, you nailed it. If he, you got to, let's talk to him and see if he'll have him. Because today I wanted to actually say, okay, let's start getting guests on this thing. Beep, because it's this time and we have so many people and we're starting to get a groove. This is going to be a very organic unfolding.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd love to have Michael on the show. Um,
Good.
yeah, I haven't actually spoken with him yet. Um, but they so then Michael, so talk to us about Michael, and then maybe you wanted to
Sure.
bridge into what's happening next for us.
Yeah, of course. So Michael is, as we already said, he's a legendary producer. He's
Motown.
signed to Motown. He was discovered by Stevie Wonder. He went into, and Stevie took him to Motown, got him his deal. And so he worked with all of the greatest producers ever, like, just the Smokies of the world and just some of the most raw talent that we have seen, right?
Yeah.
And so the guy's been in the business for a long time, and it's the only thing he's done. Like, he's really good at what he does. He has an ear, and he's so humble and just so kind. And his wife Anissa
Yes.
is amazing. She's French, and she's really good at, like, doing all of the admin work and the branding, and she's so creative, and it's just really cool watching these two really creative people like come together, but on different sides of the spectrum, I guess.
Right. So what's Michael got going on right now? He's what is he the head of right now?
He is he's my label head. So Michael and Anissa are the heads of Sound of LA.
Sound of LA record. Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
And but then Anissa also has Pump It Up magazine, right?
Up
Isn't she? Yeah.
magazine. There's some exciting stuff going on with that, but I'm not allowed to say anything yet. But I'm the worst. I'm like, I have a secret to tell you. I can't tell you.
Yeah, I know totally, but I'll try to keep that cool.
Yeah. I was honored to have graced the cover of Pump It Up magazine.
Oh yeah.
And
I'll let all of my people know about that, by the way, because of what we had been going on. So like, and I'm all like, everybody's win. I love everybody's win. I love to see people win. You know what I'm saying?
I do
Like,
too.
I'm not, so like when I saw that happen, I was like, yeah. And I let everybody know, and I continued, and I look at my feet sometimes. I'm like, shoot, am I like, you're all up in it, but it's cool because we've had a lot of cool things going on, and like it lights me up, and so I'm like, I'm all about it. And the good news, so then what's been wonderful that has continued to develop for us is that, it seems like it got the attention of Michael and Anise as well.
Yeah.
And, and so then, who wants to, so, I mean, I'm delighted to let people know that they've offered, that they want to get behind our duets,
Yeah, exactly. Which is so exciting because it's just, once you start working, we work together really well and just effortlessly, right? And so it's just because you get signed doesn't mean that you necessarily, like, they encourage me to put records out. They're like, yeah, do music. We will put this out for you, and so it's just like, okay, great. And they let me be creative and have creative control for them. I like running things by them because I've been in the business most of my life, but I haven't been signed to Motown for 30 years of the greatest times of like music making, I don't know everything. And I feel like I can actually really trust these people. They got my back. And it's really nice to have people in this business that have your back and that are like, you know what, do the covers with Samir. I think they're great. And then they have ideas about it. And then I have my own music project happening. And then I did this song as a feature on Funk Therapy. And then we have our own music coming out, don't we?
Yes, we do. Yeah, I was thrilled when I got, when they reached out to me and us, that you were off so busy, getting your funk therapy track done. The emails were zooming by you. Meanwhile, the label and I were like, and they were like, yeah, we want you both. We want to get this going. and and so it was great. It was so easy for me to talk to my end, my studio over here, and my producer, and be like, hey, look, it just popped,
And it's
and
just they're so great because I mean, you have one of the baddest producers out, you know.
I love this guy.
He's French, and Anissa's French, and it's just
Yeah,
I love it when everything just kind of comes together, and
yeah,
like especially after last week or the last show that we did, I
yeah,
was like not okay at
yeah,
all,
yeah, yeah.
and
I know.
it's just there's been so many times in my life where I'm just gonna say this. Basically, it's really awesome to have people that have my back maybe for the first time
Yeah, yeah.
in
Oh yeah,
my life,
yeah.
in this career, because people Michael and Anissa are just I can't say enough about them. They're amazing. And is they're like they were really supportive of me, and
Hmm.
it's just so refreshing. And there's been people so many times in my life who over promise under deliver for whatever reason, and then but being that I trust them so much,
Yeah.
um, doesn't mean that there's not gonna be, heartbreaks still, because I've been, scouted by A&Rs a gazillion times, and, like, a lot of the times it's like, you're not actually in A&R, like, you used to have a job there in the '90s, and now you're, like, sending me a weird direction, and I went to, like, this crazy house. It's just been a wild ride,
Yeah.
um, and just, like, people who just one are just out for a money grab,
Right. Hmm.
and that pretend like they're interested in a way that is not selfless, I guess, is the
Yeah.
best way of saying. I don't know how to
It's
say
not like
this.
a giving first. It's like a take, and
There's
that
always an agenda.
yeah, yeah, and it really, I mean, the domino has become like my metaphor right now. It's like which way do you go? Because once that first domino falls, everything kind of goes after that, you know. So like, that these guys actually have it in like in a loving kind of way. I'll put it,
They
I'll put that word out to it, and I think it's awesome because because
I
it
need
feels like that all around. Like I've been around the game for a long time too, and like it's
yeah,
funny. They say like this, it happens like this all the time, but like now I'm just doing it for fun, girl. And now it's like what labels want to get involved and like and the studio's all behind it, and we're gonna be producing all and like it's so easy,
yeah,
at this point, like
I
to get
know.
yeah, and so it's just it's really
It's it's just
and I got-
really high highs and really low lows. This
yeah,
business is, like
yeah, yeah,
literally was it 2 weeks ago where I was just at a point where
yeah,
for the first time in my entire life,
yeah,
and it's never been just like an easy road, but like
yeah.
for the first time in my life, I was like, I don't know if I can keep doing
Keep
this.
doing
Like
it.
it's just broken my heart so many
Right,
times. But
right,
normally I'm just like, it's fine. I'm like
right.
super optimistic, but I'm like, I need to be like, I don't want to fake it. I don't
Yeah,
want to be like Instagrammed Victoria where everything I don't my Instagram's not like that anymore anyway. But
yeah,
like everything's so filtered and like everything's fine. I'm a 1950s like housewife. Our house is burning down, but this is fine. Everything's fine.
yeah, yeah.
It's
Right.
not fine. And I'm just like, I'm apologizing for like how I was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Uh, but
I know. Don't apologize.
I
I thought you
needed
were gonna say you
to
apologize for things you shouldn't apologize for,
huh,
and I would encourage you to like, no, it's all good, girl. So people who may not know, Victoria doesn't only do music; she's also an actress, and she's done work in modeling, probably still does that. I'm not too sure about what's going on there, but like I know that it was in the acting world,
yes.
where you were having you had a role in a film and you had expectations and like and that happens, especially as creatives. It's already such an emotional kind of like situation and vulnerability when we put ourselves out there to be seen and judged and liked and
100%.
not liked, and your career based on other people's opinions and like
Opinions. What a crazy
it's such a rough
thing.
situation, which is why
It's
like where I'm happy where I'm at is like I don't care anymore. I just want to play. I can't stop playing Purple Rain by Prince. I'm just playing it like ridiculously on the guitar. I'm putting it on the piano. Like I can't get enough of this song. And it's like, and that's it. So like just keep playing it, and it's okay. And
Should we
eventually,
cover it?
oh my gosh, I want to cover it so bad. Yes, we should.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ask
Let's ask the girls.
everybody if you guys think we should cover it. Let us know.
Should
I
we
feel
cover?
like we're gonna do it anyway.
Yeah, I'm laying it down. Yeah,
Yeah,
we should
lay it
have.
out.
I'd love to know what covers. I mean, this is going to be a big. We got Woot Woot, two new songs. Sammy, people. Yeah. So, what songs do you all duets would you love to hear us perform? Because right now that's what it's all about. And I'm so grateful to you, Victoria, because like I've always loved the duets.
Me
Like
too.
I've always been, a huge fan of that. I've always incorporated harmonies everywhere I go. But it's like company is where it's at. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's true.
yeah. So
And,
like,
and you're like that too. Like again, I've been in the business for a long time, sometimes more involved than others, but just finding people with no agenda who genuinely have your back, that like I feel really safe. I don't feel I have that's a weird I skipped over all of Maslow's hierarchy of needs as a
okay,
child. I missed it all. Right? We don't have to go into that ever. But like I feel a sense of security and safety with, you and Lisa
yeah,
and Michael and Anissa. You and Lisa and Michael and Anissa. I rhymed. Oh my god, I'm 4. Okay. But seriously, it's just like, oh, that is such a good feeling because it's scary out there. I mean,
yeah,
forget the promises and then the heartbreak, but like when you put yourself even just on the internet, people can take your words and flip them to whatever they want it to be, and sometimes they do that, or you might not be received well, but you're not going to please everybody,
right,
like
right.
there's people. This one person was like, this is the best song I've ever heard in my life, and your voice is like magical, and then like the next comments like, you sound like a cat.
Yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, okay,
Oh yeah.
you,
You have to
I,
really, yeah.
yeah,
Which is why, like, I like doing, which is another thing that I want to talk about today is kind of like, you know, the creative sparks, right? Because like I've, where I'm at, it's like I gotta be lit up by it. You know what I mean? We can do a lot of things. You know what I mean? You can be, like you tons of choices and lots of, we've already invested in our crafts enough to be able to like make choices about where we want to go. So like, it's good to just do things because it lights us up. So like I wanted to ask you a little bit on like in this realm of possibility and creativity, like how do you harness your creative sparks and like where do you find them and like how do you if what your process as it relates to like being turned on creatively? Like, can you talk
yeah.
about
I for sure. I just listen to my dopamine.
that?
I mean, I have ADHD. I feel like everybody does, and I don't even know if I probably do have it. I don't know. I think my medication makes it worse, not better. But
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah. Okay.
the point is, oh no, what is the point? Oh, see, I do
Yeah,
have
yeah.
it.
I
But
mean,
I follow my dopamine. So
yeah.
it takes me a really long time to like want to get in the booth to record something.
Mhm. Then
I
then
don't, it's just like I procrastinate, And
yeah.
so I pay attention to that. I'm like, maybe that's not it. Like,
Mhm.
but when I'm really excited about something, I'm like, I'll be listening to my demo over and over again, like making it like practicing my diction in my head on the elliptical, not
Yeah.
the elliptical, the stair stepper. My
Yeah.
legs are too short for ellipticals. My hips go like that. Anyway,
She's
but
super
and so
fit, by the way.
that's it. It's a simple answer. I follow the
Yeah.
dopamine.
Yeah.
What's sparking me? Like, and then sometimes if something isn't sparking you, I think it was Hemingway. I think he was in an interview. I could be wrong about who it was, but he was in an interview and they were like, you know, um, how do you just find inspiration every day? And he goes, I wake up and I sit down at my desk and have a pen in my hand at 9 a.m. You don't always have to wait for inspiration to strike. Sometimes just doing the movement first, then you get into it. I do that all the time with the booth. Like I'll go in and I'll cut a song. Part of it's just my perfectionism a little bit, but part of it's just like I'm just having so much fun. I've been in here for
Good.
11 minutes. It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
so long. And that's when I know I'm like, okay, this is what I do. This is fun for me. When you have something that where you just absolutely lose track of time,
Oh yeah, that's
do
it.
that.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
you
do
do.
that. Yeah,
Do that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And if yeah, and if you don't know what that is, then you just haven't found it yet.
That's
Keep
it.
looking.
You just
You
go
keep,
experience life. Take
yeah.
yourself out. Have you ever read The Artist's Way?
Ah,
Oh
no,
my
but
God,
yeah,
Samir, read
yeah.
it. I
And
just
and
found
I
this.
love my books, so cool. I put that on the list.
Do you
So,
read? Are you a reader?
oh yeah, I love to read. Oh yeah.
Are you lying for the podcast?
No, no, I'm not. I was a late bloomer. It didn't really hit me until I was like, late teens, But then it
Me
hit,
too.
and then
Wait, that's not that late of a bloomer for reading.
well, I mean, I didn't have any middle school. I didn't get into anything until I was like 17. Did I find a book? I was like, oh, that was cool, and I was
Yeah.
like, I may want to read that again. And then I just like,
What
I
was
don't know.
it?
I'm a simple kind of guy. At the end of the day, it comes down simple. So then I was like, all right, well, there's like the classics. There's a list of classics. So I'm like, they got to be good. Let me just knock them out. So then that's just kind of how I started to go. I was like, all right, that's a classic. Let me read it. Loved it. Classic. Loved it. Another okay, and I just kind of worked my way down that.
Really?
Mostly, yeah.
I
And,
love
then I few like off the cusp. Like I'll pick up an artist way, or I'll pick some other short book and get through it. But like that's typically how I've gone.
it
Yeah.
is short.
Yeah.
So I love that, and I want to hear more about that. I'm curious
Yeah,
what kind of
but
person.
Hemingway is the man. I've loved me the Hemingway. He's been yeah. I've enjoyed
Hemingway's done okay, yeah.
him. Yeah, yeah.
But the Artist's Way is I think I heard that story from the Artist's Way. Could have been Oprah. I don't know.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it helps with writer's block, and it just helps it. It's not just a book. It's like it's assignments essentially, and
Right.
it's self work. You go back and you just take yourself out on dates, do
Yeah.
stuff that what inspires you, like
Right.
go get some stickers for your journal. Just make it more aesthetic. Make this fun. Like, how do I make this fun? Like, just do something that you would normally not do. Get out of your normal routine. It
Yeah.
helps with getting you out of your normal routine and
Okay.
then documenting it. So you basically you wake up in the morning, you just write 3 pages, no matter what, even
That's
if
the
it's
one.
nonsense.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
And
hip to that.
it helps.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
does help
Totally.
when you just go get some more life
Yeah.
and just go see the world and do something new. It
Yeah.
sparks inspiration.
And
It's
push yourself out of the comfort zone, right? Like, I mean, when you commit to writing 3 pages in the morning, no matter what, like that's uncomfortable, right? You're like, what am I
I don't
supposed to
have
do
anything to
here?
say.
Like, I don't have anything to say, but you got to keep going. And then you break through into those moments, like, and then you get a creative spark. You go, oh my gosh, and then it happens, and so yeah,
You
that's
get an idea while you're writing something for a song or for I'm writing down these 3 pages because I have to. And I started off like I'm writing because I don't feel like writing, but here are
yeah,
sentences, so I'm saying words. And then all of a sudden you have this
pop, yep.
epiphany on something that you realize you hadn't processed,
Yeah, and it reminds me because, like, I have a history of journaling, but there was like a big period of my life, and it was like an intense period of my life where I was like, I'm not journaling. I didn't want to, like, I just put the pen away, put the paper
I
away, and
hate homework.
and I was just like, I'm not dealing with it now. I'm not leaving any paper pen trail here. But like now I'm circling back, and just like within the last week, I brought it back out.
Really?
Yeah. Oh man, I had a feeling, man. I didn't trust it. Usually I trust my feelings like too much.
You're
But I had a feeling of
I
like
don't think
having
there's
it
such
next to me, because like maybe I would have just showed it up and showed it to you right now. But yeah, so like yeah, there you go. Is that yours? Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I'm like, I'm glary, but maybe I'm just glary. I don't know.
Oh
Sorry.
yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah. That light is popping.
I was just cleaning it off really quick. I didn't
Okay.
realize how distracting that would be.
Yeah, that's okay. I was like, I thought you were showing me your journal. I was like, what's going on?
Oh no. Yeah,
But
but you have started journaling.
yeah, I have, and
That's
I think I
great.
wrote, and I wrote a song last night, like like a lyrics, and I wrote the whole thing down. So like, see
See?
what happens within just a week. And it's like it's been a minute. I come up with melodies all day, all night, all day, all night. But like when it comes to like reading, like writing a
Lyrics.
story,
Yeah.
writing lyrics, like it just doesn't happen as fluidly as I would like it. And I guess just the exercise of writing helps it kind of like come through. But yeah, nice little song. I like it too. It's got a good feel to it.
You know what I started doing? Because I'm the same as you. Like we're both like melodies are completely endless here,
Yeah,
and for
right.
you, I think
Yeah.
too.
Mhm.
And words were always the thing I struggled with. So why don't you just work with words in the same way that you work with melodies, right? Like,
Yeah.
how do you come up with melodies? You just do it. You
Yeah.
just sing
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So then I started just like kind of freestyling, honestly.
Hmm.
And I figured out that when I hear certain words in the melody I was singing, that's probably what other people are going to hear too, right? And then fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
Like whatever
Yeah.
your first instincts are, go with that,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Usually
I
until it
appre-
doesn't work.
Yeah. And because I'm like you know, music came first for me. I was always, you know, someone said you better start singing or you'll always be waiting for a singer. That's how I got started. So like it was like the last thing on my mind, you know, like
Same
and the last thing that
same
kind of
backwards, writers, same
yeah,
exact thing. That's
yeah,
so funny.
yeah. So then like music is always what gets me first. Ooh, with butterfly. And
Ooh,
yeah, 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 real nice. And then but then the art of the lyricism is like wow, like that's something I'm really it tastes so good right now. And I'm listening to these artists,
oh,
I'm like, oh man, I love the way you put those words together. Like what imagery, you know,
yeah,
and just you know
the
developing,
structure.
yeah, and just like
Yeah.
the way to like metaphor and elicit and you know, cheers.
Cheers. I'm like all purpled out today. Sorry, I need a new stool in my studio. It's wood and my butt was hurting, so I'm standing up.
There you go. An extra rep.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
But
Well, then I think with that purple shirt, then we for sure have to do Purple Rain. I can't get enough of
purple
these.
rain, purple rain. Ooh,
Yeah.
I don't know
So
how I'm gonna sing it. That wasn't right, but
yeah,
we'll get
yeah. No, we'll get it. No, don't even worry about it.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You're gonna kill that. That's like
Oh man.
perfect for your voice.
Oh, I mean, but look, he pulls it off at a point where I can't. That's where you're gonna have to. I mean, Prince. He goes from low, like what I got, then he goes
Roller coaster.
way up there, girl. Like his falsetto is like, we have a yes to Purple Rain. They're saying yes, go for Purple Rain.
All
I
right,
can't.
let's do it.
Okay, let's. I'm already
I
working
can't
on it.
wait to hear you play it because y'all know Samir is like the baddest.
Yo, too kind. But you know what? The truth is, I really want to play this on the piano. You know, it's like a
Oh my God, do
guitar.
it.
I'm doing it. I can't get enough of this song, and I'm like, and I'm really working it out right now. And like, if I had to cut it, take a Purple Rain, it
You
would
got
be
to cut it.
on the piano. Yeah,
Let's do that. Oh
yeah,
my God, that would a great idea. Let's flip it and like because we're not Prince. We're not
yeah.
gonna be Prince.
No,
I
together
love Prince.
maybe.
Yeah, I that guy was a genius. Like
Yo,
seriously.
oh my God,
But
I'm so late to that party. But you
yeah,
know what? Oh my gosh, can I just because I love it? One of it, one of his yeah, I mean I don't care. You know, one of his backup singers on the last tour, she's been rolling through our studio. You know, and like, and I knew she came through, and I was like, all right, cool, whatever. You know, I was like, yeah, I like it, I like it, I like it, I like it. But then this song just kind of hit me all over the face, and then she circles back. She's like, "Yo," she dings us back in, you know, and she's like trying to get into it to do another song, but she's like, "Actually, hold it, I'm going on tour again." But like, I feel really like
who is she touring with?
I don't know who she's touring with right now. I don't know.
She's
She's
just
going to
touring
like
her face off,
she's
huh?
going to
That's so you're
Germany
getting all
or
of the signs, all of
yeah,
the
and you're wearing purple, so like it's done, signed, sealed, and delivered by Victoria.
hey Motown
Yeah,
reference.
yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Nice. God,
yeah,
it
yeah.
looks so beautiful out there. One of these days you should do the show and use your phone so you can just walk around and show everybody.
Yeah, I'd love to. Yeah, I mean, I thought, you know, yeah, it's nice out here. You know,
Gorgeous.
it's
What's the temperature?
it's
Is
like
that hot?
85.
It's hot.
Yeah, it's hot, but you know, and yeah, it can kick out here, but and the humidity can happen. But like right now, it's perfect. I'm in the
I
shade. It's
love
cool.
it.
It's not. I'm like not even sweating yet, so it's all
Yeah.
good.
And you're at Sweet Spot Studios, right?
Yeah, yeah, I'm alongside the river. Yeah,
That's a great name for a studio.
yeah. Well, we should bring Nico on too, and talk to him because like you know that was he founded that minute ago. You know, I came in late to that game, but like
Oh, really?
But yeah, I mean, considering, but yeah, he found it. He came along the property, and he's like, "This is just, it was a
This
simple,
is it.
it's a sweet
I
spot,
love it.
you know."
Was it a studio before you got there?
No, it was like it was a residential house tucked in the woods, alongside a creek and all this, like really beautiful, like this. So
Yeah,
he's like, "All right." No, I mean,
inspired.
when he got into the game, he was killing it in the IT world, and then on the side,
Nico?
yeah, he was
He's
doing
an
like.
IT guy, huh?
He was an IT guy back in the day when it was booming, and he was making a killing, and he was in the clubs on the weekends just doing like the burning the midnight oil on both lamps on both
Both
sides,
ends.
both ends. And then he started to produce these house music and like play these clubs, and then one of his records took off, and it got huge. And then he was like, "Okay, I'm out." And he's like, "I'm going in music all the way." And he started to like build it out from the basement on up, and now it's like a full on. I can't wait till you show up out here, girl. It's like so inspiring. People love it. It's like vibed out now. Everything has been built out now. We got like 3 studios. One's a live room, and
So
and it's
cool.
quiet. So like when you get out of the booth and you're like done, and you want to like work, it's like this. You're just so it's a really nice space. Yeah, I can't wait to have you out here. It's gonna be
I
great.
can't wait either. It's gonna be awesome. Uh,
So look,
okay, go ahead.
I could talk to you forever, and we
I know.
probably should, but let's wrap it up. Keep it short and sweet a little bit, and then
Sure.
keep on talking. And I know one thing that we like to talk about, and maybe it'll stick, maybe it won't, but why not? We were talking about 4 agreements, right? So
Yes.
back in the day, yeah, we mentioned the 4, and we're like, all right, let's circle back on one of them, per episode, see how it helps us through the moment. So
Yeah.
you want to remind everybody, what are you sipping now? So the 4 agreements are like, things in life that help us, especially, anybody in any way. But like when you're out there on your own as like an artist, it's really important to like have all the life rafts you can to like
Yeah.
stay above the judgments and what's happening.
Yeah, you got to be really secure. You have to have thick skin. How
Yeah.
can you be that person and be able to put your art out and still be fine? Just you got
Yeah,
to stay true to yourself, be
right.
impeccable with your word,
Yeah.
right? It's
So the
easy to
four
get a bad
agreements,
reputation in this business.
yeah.
Easy. It's really small, a really, really small
Yeah,
industry.
impeccable with your word for that one. So that's the one we can touch on, and this is for everyone listening because like this helps in everything, and it helps when you're in creative and in a small industry. So the big whatever the 4 agreements are: be impeccable with your word, and these like the premise is that if you just subscribe to these 4 agreements, you'll go a long way in life in terms of like living your best self. Okay,
Yeah.
that's the goal here. So to live your best self, the 4 agreements is like be impeccable with your word, right?
Yeah.
Don't take things personally.
That's a big one.
Huge one.
Gotta have that in this biz.
Yeah, like
Okay.
they don't,
Gotta have
don't take it personally. Go at it. In life, in life
imperative.
too. When people say, anything about what you got going on, don't take it personally.
No,
And we can
people are
talk.
always looking through the lens of their life and their past experiences and their current mood. And so most of the time it has everything to do with them and really nothing to do with you. So just it's that if you remember that, then it's way easier,
Yeah,
to
totally.
be able to not take things personally.
Right.
That's a
Completely.
big one.
And then there's the don't assume, right?
Yes.
Which is also a huge one. I've seen a lot of people getting with like, oh my God, that's because they must have thought this, and then this must have happened. And they go down this rabbit hole of like an endless pit of craziness. And it's like they come back, oh no, someone fell and scraped their knee, so they had to bandage it, whatever, like not
Anything.
at all the rabbit hole that these cats were going down. So like it saves so much energy. And like when I've been able to like, it just you get to reclaim that energy. You know what I mean? You like spend so
100%.
much worrying of this when you just don't assume, then all of a
That's
sudden
it.
you have all the energy to like play with, and you can do so many other things with it.
100%. And then when people say something, believe what they're saying. Don't try to look into it and be like, they said this, but they meant this. You know what I mean? And it's just like, it's really easy to create a story about why someone did something or what. Just like, don't do that.
Yeah. It's not. Yeah, if you can. So So cool. So I mean, I think that was it. And then the last one is like be
Yes.
meticulous with your word, which we just did. So cool. That's the one you want to touch on. I like it. So be meticulous with your word, especially in this industry, because like I mean, any circle that you're in, right? Because
Yeah.
and I've become like hyper on that. Maybe hype like too much. Like I almost can't take a joke anymore. It's like on like that where I'm like, yo, you shouldn't have said that. Like yo, Samir, chill out. That was a joke, bro. I'm like, I almost
I
can't take
like
a
it.
joke anymore. It's like
That's
it's getting kind of crazy, but
that's so funny. Well, you're just really tuned into that one.
yeah.
Wait, there was something. What did you say right before that? I just thought of something important.
I mean, I was just wrapping up the four. So
Before,
be
yeah,
meticulous with your word industry. But
yeah,
do the best you can. Don't assume. Don't take it personal.
yeah. Oh, be the best you can. Yeah, those
Yeah.
are really. That's the whole thing. If you guys get that right, then you're good. I feel like doing the right thing when no one's looking is a big one. It's
Oh,
not one of the core agreements, but
yo, I
it's
like that.
it's like okay, that's when you find out who you really are. Like,
Do that. Oh my god.
you know,
Yeah.
this just fell out of my car. I could just drive off because I'm in a hurry, or just
Yeah.
stop, go pick it up, and then put it in the trash.
Yo.
Just little things. It doesn't have to
Yeah.
be big stuff, but it's really easy to get in the habit into these four agreements if you
Yeah.
just do it.
Yeah. That is so right on. You
Yeah,
know. I feel like we could spend another hour just on this type of talk because like
me too.
that's so real what you just said.
Yeah,
So when nobody's watching, what do you do? And that's not only is that what you're made of, that's what's gonna come back and either like give you a big old kiss on the cheek or like knock a tooth out. Like it depends.
100%.
You
It
know.
always comes back around. If you get out what you put in, then don't you want to put in some good stuff in the world?
Yes, I do.
I mean,
Yeah, for
not
sure.
very selfless,
Yeah,
but it's just just a cup. Your life is just a bunch of you know tiny decisions that you make today that tomorrow could be different, right? Just like just
yeah.
that it becomes who you are, it becomes a personality trait.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And putting so much into, good juju into like what we've done, our collaborations, and like, and seeing it kind of like, you know, reach, and continue to do these things is like totally,
Yeah,
totally fantastic. I'm totally lit up. I can't
me
wait to
too.
record these records and to start putting it out to the world. Like, what songs do they want us to perform,
I
And
can't wait either. I can't.
yeah,
Well, let me know when you lay down that guitar. I'm working on that song. I'm gonna be in the studio. I'm gonna be in the studio. Today's Friday, Saturday,
yeah,
tomorrow.
okay.
Yeah,
All right,
I'm
will do.
working on a different thing, but it's something for the movie. But
Okay.
but yeah, let's cut that like today.
Yeah, okay, let's do it. And you can let us know about the movie next week. I think
Yep,
next week I am going to be beach weekend, but I think I'm still going to hit this up. So, like,
I love
let's
it.
just keep it going. All right.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
thank
Enjoy your weekend.
everyone for tuning in. We're lit up, we're turned on, and we'll see you again next week. And live long, prosper. I don't know. All right. Okay.
Live long and prosper, baby. That's a great tagline. We should just say that at the end of every show. We're figuring this out as we go, and
Yeah.
we are having fun along the way. And I'm happy that you guys are here for our journey. All right.
All
Bye.
right. Bye. See you next week.